Greetings, Health Scholars, and welcome back to another Powerhouse conversation on the For Health Scholars channel. If this is your first time tuning in, hello and welcome. It is such a pleasure to have you here. My name is Dr. Orobosa, and on this channel, I show current and inspiring healthcare professionals how to, one, quickly and successfully earn their degrees, and two, how to start, build, and ensure profitable careers within the business side of the healthcare industry. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, like this video. I promise as I share this information, it will bless you. Now, today's conversation, I really want to have just a one-on-one chit chat with our community. We are growing at such an amazing pace. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You don't know how much the For Health Scholars community has really changed my life, has really confirmed for me so many things, has given me encouragement to keep pushing ahead, because I'm not going to lie to you. Lately, I have been feeling unmotivated at times, not sure what I want to talk about, feeling like maybe I have exhausted all that we could talk about in the field of healthcare administration, public health, and all of the other health sectors. But when I see the comments come in, when I see people like our videos, all the kind messages that each and every one of you share with me via the different social media platforms, it really gives me the energy and the strength and the motivation to forge ahead. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, want to say thank you, and to have like I said, a very candid conversation on a topic that I know that many may relate to. And so today I want to talk about what healthcare administration job hunting will look like in 2024. And really, you can apply this to all of the other health sectors. So like public health, health services and management, healthcare management, health information technology, but also what it's like dealing with job rejections. And is LinkedIn really helpful? Right. I'm going to have a very honest conversation with you today. And so please watch the video to the in its entirety. Watch it to the end and let me know in the comments if you have any additional questions or if I missed anything. So without further ado, let's jump into the conversation. So are you feeling unmotivated, discouraged, or confused, especially in the job hunting process? Are you a healthcare administration professional who has been applying for jobs and haven't had much success, or a public health professional, or just any type of healthcare professional, especially on the administration side, and have not had any success? If you say yes, trust me, you are not alone. Right now, I have never seen the administration side of healthcare look the way that it looks, and it hasn't always been promising. It's not exciting. It is definitely a challenging time for administration professionals to enter in the healthcare space. And so I want to just share some information that I've read and potential factors or why it looks a little tough for you or and in job hunting in this particular sector. And so I got this from Time Magazine. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, let's see. So I got this from Time Magazine, where a candidate says it is frustrating and tiring. Job hunting has never been this hard. And with this person, I can definitely agree. I have never seen job hunting be this strenuous for many people. It has caused for many to feel discouraged. And I just want you to know that you are not alone. And I also want to talk about what are some potential factors for this that you may not know. So one is that potentially for the type of job that you're applying for in the administration space, you may be overqualified. Also, in this article that I read from Time Magazine, it said that it was individuals who had a high school degree that had more opportunity to get a call back from an interview than someone with a bachelor's degree. And this is something that I have never experienced in all of my approaching 16 years in the field of healthcare administration. Being a person who has the highest degree, I have never seen that it was hard for an individual who has a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, to get a job in the healthcare administration space or the administration side and business side of the healthcare industry. Also, clinical employees are now filling a lot of the administration roles, and many organizations are giving clinical professionals more preference for the administration roles. And I don't 100% agree with that. I know that for clinical professionals, many of them are feeling burnt out at the bedside or being in clinical care, and they still want to be in healthcare, but in the non-clinical space. But it is really starting to show as a issue of pushing out those who have gone to school to learn about the business of healthcare. And so this is a potential factor. Also, many job postings are actually ghost job postings. And so if you're not sure what a ghost job posting is, this is a posting where it looks like the job is open and the company has posted it, but they're not actually hiring it for that position. And there's so many reasons why companies are doing this, and I don't agree with the reasons. Most of the times they want to show that they are a viable organization, that they have the funding, which may not be true, or they want to recruit candidates for a future time, but it gives such a false hope to those who are actively looking for work. But the truth of it is that this is also what is out there, that there are many organizations, including healthcare, who are posting job positions, but they're not really recruiting at the moment or looking to fulfill that position. Then the recruitment process is oftentimes no longer being managed by HR departments. A lot of HR professionals are getting cut or laid off or quitting. And so now the hiring and process has been turned over to like direct managers or direct line managers, CEOs, which that has never really been the case. Usually the direct hiring manager will come in once they have the candidates and they'll go through the interview process, but not from the very start. And funding and layoffs. So many organizations have done cuts, including healthcare. They have consolidated positions. They are overworking some. Now, I won't say all, but you may find many people are doing the job of two people in their current position. So this is not an exhaustive list, and by no means a list to attack any organization, but just from what I've researched and what I've heard for speaking to my mentees, to speaking to people in the field, these are some of the things that they have encountered. And with that, you may still be wondering, is it still possible? And how can a healthcare administration professional get hired? And my answer to you is yes. It is still very much possible for you to get a job in the field, but how you go about it looks completely different. I'm going to tell you, I'm a woman of God first. And if you've been following me for a long time on the channel or just encounter my page or my social medias, you know that I'm here to amplify the goodness and the graciousness of the Lord. So I believe in God as my higher power. But I do want to give you some practical tips of applications with God's assistance that can help you potentially secure a role for 2024, because we know right now we are in the holiday seasons for most countries. And so many people are not really interested in recruiting or hiring for people right now. But you may see a surge in January 2024, February 2024. And will you be ready? And so this is what I really want to share with you. And I'm excited to announce we're going to be doing Careermas Part 2 in the month of December. So look out for that, where I'll be reviewing more jobs, positions in the healthcare space on the business side. So definitely support the channel when you see me post it. But I'm going to post a video every day until Christmas. Except for Saturday and Sunday, sharing different type of job opportunities. So if you're not sure what Careermas is, go ahead and check out the playlist, which I'll tag it in the comment section of this video. But in that Careermas series, many people enjoyed it because I went extensively over different types of jobs. So I'm here to let you know Careermas is coming back for Part 2 this year. But what are some tips to help you secure a role for 2024? So the first one, networking. This is extremely important, and this has been something I have been shouting out since the beginning of this channel. It is so important to network. The business of healthcare is a people-to-people type of industry. Even the healthcare industry in general, both clinical and administration, we're in the business of serving patients at their greatest point of need. And one of the fastest ways that you can get into an organization is by connecting with someone who knows a hiring manager or is a hiring manager or has the ability to make decisions to get you into the role. That can help you get hired faster than applying to these applications online, because 9 out of 10 times you are dealing with all type of technology. And now with AI, it's really getting heightened. You may have seen this or be a person who encountered this, where you apply to the job that morning, it's a Sunday, and by Sunday night, you've been rejected. Just know that 9 out of 10 times there was no person who looked at that application. It was done by a machine. So, you have the ATS, the applicant tracking systems, the AI. So having that kind of direct to direct person to person contact through networking, it can really take you far in securing a role. The next tip, engage in professional development activities. Now, if you have a degree in the business side of the healthcare industries or public health, right? Our degrees are not considered like maintenance degrees, meaning that you need to take continuing education to sustain or keep your degree. But these opportunities are amazing. Going to a conference, taking a course in person, right? And connecting with other people. You never know how and what roles these individuals that you meet are working in and how they can help you. But you met in an environment that's conducive, that shows that you are willing to stay abreast on industry trends and be on top of your industry through continuous education and skills, that going to that professional development activity or workshop can really help you in the long run. It can give you strategies that you may have not necessarily thought of on how to use in your profession. It can give you job hunting strategies. It can teach you about soft skills. It can teach you about technical skills. I'm here to tell you, I learned about AI way before it actually hit the market. And how I learned about it was going to a conference. They were talking about it from then. So going to professional development activities can be helpful. Tip number 3, work with recruitment agencies. This may be, I should have put this number 1, but working with a recruiter can take you really, really far, because their core goal as a recruiter is to fill positions because they want to get paid. And so if you are a candidate that's a good fit, they like you, not to say that they work for you. Got to know that recruiters do not work for the candidates. They work for the organization. But if they like you, they see you have potential, you have the skill set, you are equipped, you interviewed amazing, you really checked off all that they're looking for in a candidate, they will try their hardest to place you. And so working with a recruitment agency can also, once again, that human to human interaction take you further than sitting on Indeed.com all day applying to numerous jobs and receiving nothing but rejections. Tip number 4, make sure you create a targeted job search and online presence. And when I say targeted job search, making sure that you're applying to roles that, 1, you qualify for, 1, that you meet their minimum requirements, okay? That's very important. Roles that you know you can do the job. And in the course that I have from Healthcare Graduate to Hire, I talk about just really curating your resumes towards the job positions that you are applying to. But going into the job hunting process or searching for the jobs ambiguously will not take you far. It will only cause more frustration and more harm than good. So make sure you're creating a targeted job search and also an online presence. But I want to talk about this in great detail. And so I have talked about LinkedIn on this channel. I did a whole masterclass and workshop. So if you want to learn about LinkedIn, you can. And I want to answer this question. I've been doing some research behind the scenes because I'm a researcher, and I want to answer this question because I think many people may be thinking this. Is LinkedIn really helpful in the job hunting process? And after engaging in research and talking to people, I will tell you yes, but you have to make sure that your profile is set up a certain way. And in ensuring that your profile is set up a certain way, it has to be set up ultimately like you are looking for a job. Anything else will have people bypass your profile or misjudge your intentions. And so some of the ways, from just a brief kind of overview, because like I said, I have several videos on the channel that talks about LinkedIn, so you can check it out. I'll also tag it here in the description box, is to make sure that you only add relevant skills to your profile. If the jobs that you're looking for, and this is why I tell you that you need to have a targeted job search. If the jobs that you're looking for ask for certain skills, make sure those skills are populated in the skills section of your LinkedIn profile. Remove dates to prevent ageism. Now, this is something new to me, but it's actually very real. And especially for my older candidates, unfortunately, this is not something I agree with, but unfortunately, if you have too much experience or you've gone to school years and years before, you may be subjected to being judged based on your age. And this was something that a recruiter who I was talking with actually brought to my attention. And for a person like me who started my work history very young, I'm not old. I'm still in my prime. But a person who started their career very early at the age of 21 and now being 36, I've gained a pretty much a lifetime career in healthcare administration at a very early age. And I didn't know that that could work against me. And so if you are on LinkedIn, go ahead and take off the dates from your degrees, right? Take off those dates. Don't put that there. Just put that you have the degree. And like I said, do I agree with ageism being used as a form of bias to eliminate people? Absolutely not. To discriminate against people? Absolutely not. But this is the reality and what is out there. And so to kind of heighten your chance, just take off the dates. If they ask for the dates, then you tell them when they ask. And on your LinkedIn profile, I've seen many people and a recruiter said that it's okay to remove it. Another tip, make sure that your profile picture is professional. Okay? That we can see you, that is legible, that is not pixelated. No offense. Make sure that it's clear. You don't have to spend money to get a nice headshot. You can stand against a white wall in your house and use your phone. Just make sure that it's on the highest setting. So like if you have an iPhone, which that's the phone that I have, you can set up the camera features to give you a really sharp picture. Make sure that you're dressed appropriately and post it. Your profile picture matters. We are operating in a very visual world, and people may not outly discriminate against you, but internally, they may use your picture to either judge you in a good way or judge you in a bad way. So give them the reason to judge you in a good way by having a professional profile picture. And then connect strategically. You're going to be on that platform. You're going to be networking with people. Network strategically. And like I said, I have a whole masterclass on the channel that talks about how to connect strategically. But connecting with hiring managers, recruiters, people who are sharing expertise and knowledge on LinkedIn, it can help you. It can take you really far. But note, bias is really real in the job hunting process. And like I said, I hate that this is happening, but it's the truth. And people are judging people and they're looking for your LinkedIn profiles and they go to it before they even call you. So you really want to make sure that your profile is appeasing to the best that it can, because I'm not saying here to change things to suit other people, but I am saying position your profile so that you have a higher success rate to being called back, to getting an interview, to getting hired. Then tip number 6, you have to be persistent. This is important, especially when you receive rejections. Rejections are a part of the job hunting process, even before the pandemic. But you have to be persistent. And it can be tiresome at times. It can feel like it's a lot of work. Job hunting is a job in itself, but persistence will eventually yield you into a good result with a proper strategy, right? You have to have a proper strategy. You can't shortcut and think that you're going to be successful for the most part. Now, there's some people, by the grace of God, they put it out there and God blesses them that way. But for others, it may not be so. So you have to continue and stay the course. Be persistent until you achieve the goal. And if you need help, reach out to those who are qualified to help you. But in this day and age, you may have to spend money to connect with people. The same way that you're trying to put food on your table, people are trying to put food on their table. And I'm just being honest with you, so it can be insultive at times when you expect somebody who this is their business to help you for free. And it doesn't mean that some people will do. Some people, if you ask them, they may help you for free, but that should not be the assumption, or you should not shortchange them. This is their business. So you have to be mindful of that. I've received some messages on LinkedIn from people, and I just shake my head sometimes because I'm like, the person is insulting you and they don't know that they're insulting you. I'm not offended by it, but I shake my head because I'm just like, no, this is not how you reach out to somebody, especially if you want them to help you. We have to have that professional etiquette. And so if that's not something that you know how to do, I suggest you learn how to do it. Address the person by their name and make sure you spell their name correctly. If you need assistance and you may not afford their service, ask them. Don't assume or expect that they should discount it for you, because this is how they're surviving. You have to be mindful of that. And I'm a person to tell you this straight. Okay? People don't even respond. Now, if there's an opportunity for a teaching moment, because I pray and I have the gift of discernment. And so God will let me know who I need to talk to and who I don't need to talk to. Right. But if it's a teaching moment, I will share with the person like, hey, you may not know, but how you sent this message is inappropriate. It's unprofessional. It's demeaning. It's insulting. And nobody wants to work with you who they believe that you're coming to insult them and to waste their time. And if somebody, this is another tip, if somebody offers you the opportunity to meet with them for free, do not fall or fumble that opportunity. If you can't make it, just make sure you do the appropriate steps to cancel, whether it's a meeting or to communicate with them that you can't make it. But if somebody offers you opportunity to connect with them free of charge, make sure you do your due diligence to cultivate that relationship, because you never know how that person can help you later down the line. Even if they can't help you in that moment, something may come on their end and they lead it to you. This happens to me all the time. I spoke with somebody. I wasn't a good fit for them at that time, but I remember the conversation. I remember how they were. I remember they were polite. I sent the opportunity to them. It's all about professional etiquette. If you can't be professional in the DM, how do you expect them to perceive you, to help you, or even to do a job? Right? So just keep that in mind. But when you're being persistent, it's important, and be professional. And here's a bonus tip, right? And I talked about this earlier, and I'm a woman of God, and I'm not afraid to tell you this has been my tool and my resource: prayer. Pray. If you believe in God, pray to the Lord, because God can do things that man can't do. God can put you in the heart of somebody who if they looked at you, they may not have wanted to give you the job. Well, because God's grace is upon you and his favor is upon you, they are willing to give you the opportunity to get you hired. So I'm a person, I'm strong, and I believe in my faith, and I know what God has done for me. And I'm here to tell you, above all things, prayer should be your go-to. So I hope these bonus tips are helpful for you. So just to quickly recap once again, I should have recapped it on the slide, but tip number 1, make sure to network. Tip number 2, engage in professional development activities. Tip number 3, work with recruitment agencies. They can be really helpful. Tip number 4, create a targeted job search and online presence. LinkedIn can be helpful. You just have to set it up the right way. Know that bias is very real. Tip number 6, be persistent. And my bonus tip, pray. So I hope this information was helpful to you. Definitely let me know in the comments if you like this video. Look out for the upcoming series called Careermas Part 2. And until the next video,